Hi everyone, it's Borja Esnaola. I'm a strategic and impact consultant here in Spain, and I accompany different companies in the process of empowering the impact they are giving to the planet, to the social people, and to everyone. So in the different projects I work in, I usually face like and have to manage big groups of people in different both online and um, live sessions. And in these processes, most of the times it's difficult to work in the engagement of the people. So I usually try and use different tools for interacting with all these people and getting feedback and engaging them to the different sessions. But the big problem I have with this is that most of these tools are really expensive and they have a lot of limitations in the use, like Mentimeter, Kahoot, and these kind of tools. And what I did is, okay, because now with the Vibe coding, have tools to create my own tools to empower this engagement. And that's why I created LivePolls that you are seeing the main page I have built with Greta and other application also in AppSumo like NoCodeBackend. And I have done everything with Greta by vibe coding and combine it with no code backend. That is my backend and the brain of these tools. Well, what I did with these tools is like I needed like two first interface for the MVP to testing the market fit, and both of them are first of all the facilitator view. You are seeing here the web page where the facilitators can interact, create presentations, and gather all the information. It's a web where they can do prepare their presentations and do a lot of things. Well, they can install the engage, they can interact with their own audience, and you can also have real time insights. This is a tool created by Greta, a no-code backend you can see here. I don't know if the screen is changing now. I have created everything here in my Greta account. And here I did it everything by prompting. I connected with the Swagger JSON I received from NoCode backend. I introduced it here in Greta, and all the connection between my application and the backend, it's built automatically. So I have this problem to solve, that is the engagement and interaction with the audience. And what I did is I started meta prompting. I started asking the different AI tools how to build these tools in a no-code tool, in a Vibe coding tool, and I worked by a conversation with the artificial intelligence, building the idea, the structure of the web page, and the structure of the backend. With all this information, what I asked the AI is to help me in the process of building this tool. I started with the no-code backend tool. What I did is to I firstly with Gemini exactly I built the exact tables I needed in the backend with all the columns of the different tables. And with this, I defined the backend and the different relations of the different tables. After some iterations, I changed manually all this information here in the tables. And when my backend was ready to work, what I did is started the project in Greta, and I defined this tool that is like the front end of the tool that is connected to the no-code backend. What I did in this process is with the videos no-code backend published in the YouTube channel, I followed all the process mainly for the login and setup, and also for the I forgot my password workflow, and I defined all this process. Here you can see my email, password, and how I can create the account, and after that, how I build the how can I sign in the application. I also defined the I forgot my password process with the SMTP process to send the email, and it works awesome. I will go to the tool that I think it's more powerful to show this process. Once we are in our application, that the user administration is working with no-code backend, you can see here the different tables and information. When I'm in the tool, what I can do is to create a new presentation and example. And when I build a new presentation, I can introduce different type of questions to use in my presentation. What I can do is to add a question. I have a lot of types of questions. First of all, I will introduce a text slide to show the introduction and a text here. No code backend is the best backend tool. For me, it's the best because I have no idea of using backends, and with this, I can work perfectly with different APIs. Here is the first slide. We can introduce like a numeric scale, and do you like no code backend, for example, from 0 to 10, and no, and the maximum would be I love. Okay, we have the second question. We will introduce two more for the example. Word cloud. How would you define no code backend? And last one, a multiple check question. The best. something like this. For the example, I think it's enough. I have created different questions for our presentation, and what we can do now is we have another interface, with another URL that is for the users that are answering our questions. And here, what they can do is by this second page, we will provide them this code of the presentation, and they, in the meeting or the session we are working in, they can enter this presentation or questionnaire, this pool, and we will guide them in the different questions. Now we are not presenting our presentation, so they can't answer the question. What we will do is start presenting. First of all, we have to present the facilitator presentation view, and now we are live, and the users page will change here. I think I have to activate the presentation mode. Now we are live. Here it should change, and it will advance in the questions while we are advancing in the different questions with the presentation mode. We have a parameter related to the presentation, that is the active table. Here in the presentation, we have a variable that is if the presentation is being active. If it's 0, is that we are not presenting the presentation, and if it has a number, it is that we are presenting the presentation. And with this, we are making API calls to detect if it's presenting, and if it's presenting, it will only show the question we are showing in the presentation. So now, at first, we are with this tester slide. The users answering will see the same information we have in our presentation. If we advance in the different questions, first of all, we have the numeric scale question. If you like, when we come here, it should update the data because of the backend. It will do this automatically, and now we can answer this question. I absolutely love NoCodeBackend. I don't know why it's not working this now. I can submit my response, and now in the presentation, we will see in the next slide, we will see the results showing here. We have one answer with 10 points, that because NoCodeBackend is really awesome. Then we can go on to the next question, that is the word cloud. Here we come here back, and we can answer our word. Right. We'll submit our word, and now we will see here, if we go on to the next slide, that we can see all the answers here. And the last question, that it's what's the best of NoCodeBackend. We can also answer the questions here in the second slide. I will answer so that you can see that it's really working and it's connected to the backend. I will answer the B and the C, for example. And when I submit the answer, now it's there. I have received instantly the responses, and here it is. With a simple tool, we have a lot of information, and it's working awesomely, really fast with NoCodeBackend.